Okay, welcome in. This is my 1976 Airstream Argosy. It is definitely an Airstream. There's some debate on that, but there shouldn't be. A lot of people give me a hard time, say that is not an Airstream, but it is. It's made by Airstream. If you're fairly new to the channel in the last 2 years, you probably don't know much about this, but I spent 3 years restoring this. Got about 90% of the way done, and you know, that's how most projects work, and just left that last 10%. So this summer, I'm gonna do a little bit of videos, do some series on that last 10%. So quick overview. First off, if you wanna know more about this project, there's a playlist, restoring my Airstream, something like that. I'll link it down there. You can at least watch the first video so you can see what it looked like when we got it. It's a long series, so you don't have to watch all the videos, but that'll give you a little bit of insight, catch you up on things. In this video, what I want to accomplish is first we want to fix the door, which broke. I'll go over that here in a little bit. We've got to install some updated electronics. We're going to put a Cerbo GX in this, which is pretty sweet. We're going to do some custom woodwork on fitting the screen. There's a cool screen that gives me digital readouts of everything going on in the camper, so we got to figure that out. The door to the bathroom the finish is wiped on it from the shower, so I got to refinish it. So you're going to learn how to varnish in this video. And then I'm going to give you an overview of kind of what it looks like the next, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 videos, what we're going to accomplish in this series. So let's just jump in. We're going to start with the door. This is a big mistake we made. So let's get this fixed. So it swung open really hard, slammed right into the side of the camper, put a nice solid dent in it there, cracked the paint, tore up the latch here. We were on our way back from Hot Springs, Arkansas. My wife, we stopped to get something out of the car for the kids, and my wife didn't lock it all the way back. She thought she had it locked, but she didn't. And the minute we got on the highway, the door flung. It's like the worst thing you can have happen with an Airstream. The door flung open on the interstate, and it did some pretty good damage. So the door bent really bad. So if you look down here at the bottom, you got a little, I've actually done a little bit of work just because I wanted to see if I could bend it. It was worse than this. And you go up and it's really bad at the top. So I mean, if it rained, we would have, there's a hole in the top of the camper. So it's pretty badly bent. And if I open this, you can see kind of, you can see it. You can see that this is where the force was right here, right? So it bent right in here where the strike comes through, and there's a weakness in this extruded aluminum. So it bent right kind of here and kind of just folded out. This is a chunk of ash. I actually teach classes in my shop for kids. I teach them how to turn baseball bats. It's pretty fun, and this is just a little extra piece left over from the end of a bat blank. So this is perfect. We can put it right in here in the door, and I'll get some help. I might even pull my truck up right next to it and stand in the bed of the truck. That way I can get up and really put my body behind it and get some force up here, because this is bad. I noticed when I was messing around with it down here that as you bend this end, it actually kind of wants to bend that out. So I have to find a way to support that as I bend that. I think it's going to take a little bit of work, but I think we can work it back. I'm hoping, because I have looked around for doors and priced them out, and not only are they not cheap, but there's no guarantee that's going to fit. So it's not really the best option for me. So that's the rundown. We're going to give it a shot here and see if we can't bend this door back. When I hit the bottom, the top came out more. You can push or keep the bottom from moving. Okay? Definitely starting to creep. It's starting to, look at that, it's starting to buckle. Yeah. Oh, we overpainted. Oh, wow. By a lot. By a lot. Shoot, that kind of buckled. Now we gotta correct that. That section, and you have to hold this
so you got that top. Hope you don't want to hold it here.
But I need to bend it towards me.
Yeah, you got to bend it towards you. Like this.
Like lean against the door. Too much there. I think we could.
She put a lot of pressure on the hinge.
Yeah. I just feel like it's okay, but I need to get this working so I can see if it latches. Bending, well, we're almost there with the bending. If you look, you know, the gap up top is closed, the gap down low is closed, so it's pretty actually amazing how much you can flex this door. I did take the screen door off. I didn't have that shot in the video. The screen door I felt like was giving us issues, and I was thinking if I could get the screen door off that it would close, because right now I can't get it to latch and it didn't help. But I have issues with the screen door. It needed to come off anyway. There's something going on with how well it attaches, and I think it needs to be bent. I also want to take it to a shop and get it screened. I was thinking when we bent it back, it kind of buckled there. You can see right there how that looks. Now, I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened is since we were using this round block, it was kind of a focus point of pressure right there, and it actually just kind of collapsed that weak point where there's a hole for the strike to go through. So it doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't also affect how this is working. It just isn't quite far enough in to latch. And if you look, you probably aren't going to be able to see, but you can see through this hole, and that shiny line right there is the strike on the jamb of the door, and that's what that latch has to grab. So we feel like we just need to come in a little bit further. I am just pumped that we were able to get this fixed without a lot of hard work. Check this out. These are all sticker wall. It's kind of a cliche thing to do, I'd say, but you know, we've been to Hot Springs, Quartz Mountain in Oklahoma, Port A, Texas, Taos, New Mexico was a fun trip, Inks Lake, Texas, all kinds of cool spots. A few couple out-of-state trips. Let's go over the Cerbo. Woo! It's a little toasty in here. I'm gonna take you guys to the back. I gotta share this as well. Look, all these beautiful memories, the cork wall. So we put all of our photos from our trips up here. It's great to look at these. It's cool. It's fun. I'll share a little bit more. Look at that. It's our new dog Chester. This was in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Just really good times. Making good memories. That's what this was all about. It's happening. The best part about this camper, boom, is the back battery system. So I've got 4 lithium-ion batteries from Battleborn. I've got the Victron Multi Plus. We've got a solar charger. That right there is the Cerbo GX. So I'm not going to tell you how I installed it because it's just a lot of wires and it's tight. But what the Cerbo is, it's basically a computer, and you can hook all kinds of components to it. It monitors the system. It gives you a portal to log on to access it, and you can get all the data on it. I've got a lot of wires right now that need to be kind of fished to the proper way. I've got quite a few wires running to it. If you want to know more about this, I'm going to share Nate from Explorers Life, who helped me build this whole setup. He came from Steamboat. He flew up from Steamboat, Colorado when we did the restoration, and he installed all that for me. Now, I reached out to him recently saying, hey, probably shouldn't say this, but we've been Airbnb-ing this, which I don't think we're going to do anymore, but it's there. And it's off grid on the Airbnb, so we don't have any power to it. So it's been running off the batteries and a generator, and I needed to be able to monitor it from another location, so I didn't have to come bother the people staying in it. That's why I initially got the Cerbo, because Nate was like, hey, you need to get one of these guys in there because you can access it from what's called a VRM portal. It's a lot of information, but I can go online and see what's going on with the camper. We're not really doing the Airbnb thing. I mean, like I said, it's up there, but it's likely not going to get accepted because I just don't like cleaning up after people, especially the poops. It's just gross. So I'm having a hard time with that right now. And you know, the camper just gets a little bit beat up and it's really not worth it. So all that to say, now I have this fancy computer in here that I just can use for us. And so the cool thing about it is we have a screen up here. We've got to install, this is, let's hold on. I don't want to show you this yet. Let me take you back. Let's show you how I got that screen installed. Let's do a little woodworking and then we'll come back in and talk about it. All right, so I just ran this part. Forgot to hit record, unfortunately, which is a bummer, but I can show you what I did here. Let me straighten. So this is this piece of white oak that's going to be a connection point. White oak is a different wood than the cypress, obviously, but it matches the frame that we made and the door we're going to make. So the white oak works. It'll make sense once we get it all finished and put in. Basically, I ran a groove here to capture. We are not in focus. So I ran this groove here to capture the whole frame, and then I've got this kind of gap here. We're going to fill that. We're going to glue a little tongue onto the side of this, and that tongue will go into there, and then I can put a really small screw through the face of this to match these. Just countersink them, make them nice. It'll match these screws on the opposite side, and that'll be a connection point to hold that and grab it. So basically we'll install this piece. This piece will go up in the cabinet, slide over, pop into the groove, and then screws go into that, screws go into this, and it is permanently in place. So it's all making sense in my brain. Now we just got to add a little tongue to this, glue a little piece on, and that'll be our connection point. So it's all installed. Looks pretty. I mean, we made use of what we had. There's probably better ways to do this, but I think it's cool. This is the original monitor that was kind of showing me. It gives me all the information. This is actually hooked up to the Cerbo, which feeds into this, and this is a lot cooler now. I can get a lot more data, and it just looks cool. I like this kind of stuff. I think it's pretty sweet. It's got a touchscreen. You got a lot of things you can do in here in the menu. Whole bunch of settings. I won't go into all those details. If you want to learn more about this, what it does, how to set it up, go over to Nate's. I'll link some of Nate's videos in the description. He teaches it all, and he's the guy to go to. So don't take it from me. I just use his expertise and his skill. I ordered all this from him, so he's the guy. Here, hold on. So no tanks found. This is my tanks monitoring. So fresh, black, and gray. I don't have it hooked up yet, but we're working on getting that done, so I'll be able to get all the tank data here, which I'm not even sure yet if I can, but I'm hoping I can access that from the portal as well. So if we do, continue with the Airbnb, which I don't think we will, but if we do, I can see if they're filling up the tanks or not. Okay, so the door We've got it pulled off the camper. This is the outside. This is not in bad shape at all. I feel a few little spots in here, but you know, definitely not in bad. But the backside, so this would be inside the bathroom. I can flip her over here. You can see, it's interesting how on the flat sawn, you can see kind of these light gray streaks. That's where the finish has started to fail. Actually, into raw wood, the grain is raised. It's super rough. You get over here into this rift and quartered, and it's fine. Flat sawn, it's all messed up. So that's an interesting thing. I don't know if I have an answer to why it's doing that, but it's bad. And you know, this is raw wood here, and it's enough of this, and it's going to start pulling the veneer up. It's a lot of moisture on this, so I'm going to go ahead and sand. Go ahead and just sand the whole door down. We're going to start with 120 and do quite a bit of sanding. We got to get all this. This is pre-cat lacquer we put on here from Sherwin-Williams. Obviously did not do the trick, so I'm going to sand it off, and then we're going to hit it with varnish from Total Boat. Put that on most of the walls in the camper, and it's worked great. And this is a high moisture area, so you know, 3 or 4 coats of that varnish and this will be rock solid. Should have done it to begin with, but the lacquer, you spray it. Lacquer's so convenient because you just spray it, it dries in 15-20 minutes, and then you spray it again. I mean, you can have it done in like, you know, 30-45 minutes and be ready to go. So that's a lot of times why I go to lacquer, but obviously with the heavy heat and moisture combination, it does not hold up to that at all. Okay, so quick overview of how this is going to go down. I've got the 2 coats of the sealer on. I've got it sanded with 320. We're going to be using Gleam 2.0 satin spar varnish. I finished 90% of the camper with this product, and that 90% is still in pristine shape. Should have done it right the first time. Here we are. We sanded it off. We're redoing it. So I'm going to go probably 2 coats here on this backside with this, and I'm going to try 1 coat on the front. The front doesn't get a lot of abuse. I need to add, so my process is, since fairly large surface area, it's not huge, but we'll roll it on with a roller and then get a good kind of even coat on, and then I'll tip it down, tip it off with this badger brush, just kind of light strokes, get the bubbles out, even that finish out, and it should lay down beautifully. It's how I did all the walls, and they really look awesome. So I will thin it a little bit because of the heat in Texas, and it just helps if you got to get the brush out and do any brushing. The thinner is going to make it lay down better. So we're going to go ahead and get a coat on this side, and then we wait. Varnish takes a while to dry, so it'll take a little time to get this 3 coats total on this entire door. Okay, so that's it. Basically, I mean, you're just looking to get a very even spread across the whole door. You got a little bit of time. It's varnish, so it doesn't dry quick, but it will start to get sticky. The brush just helps smooth that roller. I mean, when you saw when I rolled it on, the bubbles just come out. Those bubbles will go away, but the brush will really eliminate all of them and smooth things out and help draw finish out of these corners in here and just make it nice. It really levels out nicely after you brush it, tip it out. So this, I'm really happy with this. This is pretty good. There's a few little spots where it's a little bit dry at the top. I don't have quite that even coat. I'll always come back with a rag, you saw me, and wipe the bottom, because it's inevitable that you're gonna have drips coming down, and those drips can be a pain to fix. So this is looking good. This has just got to sit and dry now. We can't make any dust. Give it some time, and then we can put one more coat on. Beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's like a glove. Okay, so that is going to shut it down for this video. Let me give you a little bit of an overview of what we're gonna do this summer. First of all, next video, we've got some areas down here that never got built out. So you see you got a water line down here and some electrical. I wanna build a nice pretty cover for that. Same thing back in the back of the camper. We wanna build it's a really simple small cover. Both sides, same, we'll just mirror each other. So we'll get that covered, make that look nice. The bathroom, my wife does not, I mean, she's an awesome woman, but she just wants her mirror right here. And this was built out to be like a little cool medicine cabinet thing, so we're gonna build that. Got to get that done. That's really all there is to do in the bathroom. Now that we got this nice new, oh, look at that, that's beautiful. Thanks, Total Boat. That varnish is the way to go. I don't know why I decided to put lacquer on that door. It just looks 10 times better. I put this little dude up here, keep it closed. I'm gonna cruise down the road. I used to stick a board from here to here. Got tired of that. We're going to build, not in the next video, but in one of the videos, this upper cabinet never got built. And this is a crucial part. And I would love some feedback for those Airstream or RVers out there. Like, what should we hold up here? Probably cups or something. I don't know. We have room to build something that can open and have doors. So I've got wiring here. So we got lights. We'll have lights right down in here to downlight the counter. And then there was wiring here for a vent, which I never put in, so we might do that as well. So that's going to be happening. That cabinet needs to get built. Also, we're in desperate need of, not desperate need, but like some storage. Maybe like a shelf up here. Originally, these had storage up here, and I did build some shelves. They didn't turn out great, so I think maybe come up with something to put there. We could, you know, just store stuff up there, or I don't know, put picture frames or plants when we're parked, kind of make it nice. Put one up here as well. So that 100% needs to get done. And if you're familiar with Airstreams, they have the Vista windows right up here. These suckers, if you're at a campsite with lights, oh my, and here's the thing, I gotta tell you guys, I don't know why, but RVers love to put freaking LED lights all over their campers. And these people leave them on at night. We'll be parked next to an RV that has like LED lights shining in on us all night. It's so annoying. I was like, what do you guys, turn your freaking lights off. So I need to build some kind of insert that goes in the Vistas. And I mean, we can put the shades down and do pretty good with that, but especially in our bedroom, and our kids sleep up front, but back here, this light shining in. Oh man, the RV life. It's there's some interesting folk out there in those RVs. Let me tell you. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I want to say a quick thanks to some new Patreons that have rolled in that's supporting the channel. It's awesome. I really appreciate you guys. That's a huge support for the channel. Helps keep it going. So big thanks to that. If you are into woodworking, that's a place to go to learn. There's resources there to learn more. You get to see a lot more content. If you're just here for the Argosy stuff, well, hang around because we're going to be working on it this summer, and I got some cool things to share. So leave a comment, let me know what you think, and we will see you guys next time.